want to talk about it too much, but basically I did an IG Live skit. I was pretending to be kidnapped. It got taken seriously, and Facebook ended up calling the cops. So the cops come to my door. All of a sudden, the IG Live just, like, cut and was like, this is against our guidelines. I was like, I don't know what I did wrong. Then an hour later, the cops are at my door like, what's going on? They, like, thought someone was tied up, and they, like, had to check the basement and all that. What's up, guys? This is Zach Cratch. I'm the Stupid American, and this is my Platinum Hour.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Long ago, the 4 deer nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the fire deer attacked. Only Derek, master of all 4 elements, could stop those boys. But when Boston needed him most, he vanished into the enchanted Golden Deer Forest.
Season 4.
Okay, that's the sync. We're going to start off like this. Zach. I'm not going to give you his online alias, but Zach came up here on a promo run. And he said, hey, man, I'm going to pull out this strange dentist bag out of my backpack, and I'm going to pull out a Duhmerican headband. So I'm going to put that on. And as I'm doing that, for those who are unfamiliar with you, you want to explain who you are, what you do, and why you're a great guy?
Yeah, so my name's Zach, and I'm the Stupid American. Basically, I make a bunch of jokes and bunch of jokes and memes and videos to try to make people's days a little brighter. And recently, I've been trying to take it a step further and making like my own apparel brand that like donates to different charities, and Feeding America is one of them. I got like 9 under my belt, and just working to find different
9 what?
9 different. What do I want to call them? Organizations that are like donation charities.
Word.
And I have them linked up to like different designs to different shirts.
Yeah, you got a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
And so listen, Zach, we ran our first episode, was episode 65. This is going to be episode 86. So that was what, like 2.5 months ago?
Yeah, you've been putting in some work.
I'm just trying to do the math. Does that make sense? Like 10,
I don't know if
10
it was
weeks?
that long. Yeah, it was probably, I guess it was though. Yeah.
10 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so back then, we ran an amazing episode. It's still one of my favorites, man. And I feel like we're going to run another great one.
Oh, for sure.
And so when I was doing a little research, you know, I like to have little topics ready to go. I was like, I might not have to do that much because we'll just be able to talk about whatever. But I do want you to start off by talking about what you got going on down in Plymouth. Because
okay,
it's pretty impressive, man, what you're trying to do. I like it.
Yeah, I can give you a briefing. We're kind of keeping it under wraps because we still got a lot going on. Right now, we don't even have walls. So, you know, we got that on our belt.
Sounds safe.
Yeah, it's not safe right now. It's like a big box, but it's like a 30 by 25 foot box with 14-foot ceilings. And
was this the space that was represented by Little Boy Real Estate?
No, that was actually a space within our space that was like up somewhere in the same building as our space, but not our space.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like off the charts.
That looks very unsafe.
It's actual called storage space, that space I was in.
But do you own that space you were in?
We don't own that space. Right now we're in there just like temporary until we get into our real space.
Okay.
And because they got to put walls up, they still got to knock down a spot for a door. They've just been planning all that out because they were working.
They?
The people who own the building, or I should say the construction guys who are working for him.
Okay. And, well, one quick question. Are you still stuck in the simulation?
I think we all are.
What do you think, Frank? Okay. Well,
You got to pinch yourself every now and then, just make sure.
Well, we'll see at the end.
Yeah. But anyway, the space is going to be epic. We're going to be holding down, like, all kinds of events, everything from You know, we could have like interpretive art. We're gonna have small little like get-togethers, and my buddy's basically gonna have it like also as his art studio. Gonna have like a presentation-worthy like spot always. Like you're gonna walk in and you're just gonna be like, oh my god, this place is untouched. And then we're gonna have like a dirty section where we get like the real cringy work done, but then also have like really clean show space.
Okay, so it's gonna be like a collaborative art space.
Yeah, we're kind of just calling it a creative space. We don't quite have a name for it, and kind of keeping it with that for now until we get more solidified on our name.
So is it going to be the type of thing where like people pop up and they pay like a membership per month type thing?
We're thinking of like different things.
Ways to make money.
Yeah, like different ways to make money off the space. We're gonna host like small little events, and he's thinking about even like teaching art. Like we're gonna do like all kinds of stuff. And
can you elaborate on who he is?
My partner, Kyle Stockford, KP Stockford at Instagram.
I met Kyle at our event. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's been through a lot, and as we all have. And he just got back from Beijing like 2 weeks ago, and he was over there doing a residency for a museum. I think it's Redgate, but he won a free...
Familiar, Frank? Frank is from China. So.
Oh, cool.
China's also huge, has 1.6 billion people. So.
Yeah.
Does Redgate sound familiar?
Beijing. I think it's Beijing. Yeah. No, I know it's Beijing. I think it's called Redgate. I know we went to two different places, though.
Dude, that'd be like me, like going up to you, like, be like, bro, you know, like, Dave in North Dakota?
Yeah, exactly. Like, just because I'm from America, like, I know Dave in South Dakota. Who knows? I might know Dave.
I don't know Dave.
Okay, me neither.
But he sounds like a good guy.
Yeah, I actually just met a Dave who was a really nice guy yesterday.
Was he?
But we'll talk
what
about
does he do?
He does excavation work, and I was actually planted 10 trees yesterday.
Whoa, where?
10 6-foot, like 300 or 400 pound trees.
Jeez.
In someone's front yard.
Is that how your hands got all bodied?
Yeah, man, my hands are totally...
This guy's looking like Davy Crockett over here, man.
This was actually not from the trees. This was actually from smashing up his driveway. I had to, like, smash the end of the driveway and, like, get all the concrete broken up around a sewer grate. Just a random side job.
Okay, so you thought about getting Neosporin for those things, or
getting what?
Some Neosporin, maybe.
Oh yeah, they've been treated. I kept them clean. They look like they look like a mess right now, but believe me, they've been. I had them in some Epsom salt last night. They were soaking.
Okay, great.
And they've been doing their thing.
So the space, right?
Yeah, back to the space.
Do you have an idea for a launch date?
The launch date, we're not positive because we're going to be in the space by the end of the month and hopefully have a door closed behind us. That is like our goal right now. And then at that point, you know, we're going to start solidifying. We're still going over our orientation and designing how we want it to be laid out. But we kind of have like some pretty solid ideas. And I think once we have the door shut behind us, we're going to like be able to go gung-ho and just like, we already have a bunch of teams of people that will come in and help us and build whatever the heck we need.
So why did you do this? Like, well, what was the start idea for it?
Well, we just feel like we need more space to expand. Like, I got lighting.
Expand your brand.
Expand my brand, and he needs to expand. He needs a space to, like, work and do, like, he wants to put, like, 30-foot art paintings up. And, like, in order to do that, you need a 30-foot place to do it. So that's part of the reason. And also, like, I was setting up lighting in my room in like different spots, and I got like these like 7-foot like long sticks and just put lights on the end of them, and I'm like scraping the ceiling, and like basically we just need different space. Like I need to expand, and I just wanted like a new home base where I could kind of...
I feel you. Yeah, for sure.
Want like a home base where I can like have my compound and like come in and like know this is like the get shit done zone.
Yeah, and there's just, especially if you just have a little bit of space, there's just massive benefits being able to like hold everything there. You'll shoot like 1 million videos there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. And I can have people there. I mean, it'll be our own spot, so we'll be able to be there all night, and it's gonna be great. And we're right across from Sam Diego's. We're actually like basically behind Uva Wine Bar, which is a new place they just put up. It's like
so is this like Plymouth Center?
Literally right in Plymouth downtown, like right up the street from the Plymouth Rock.
Word, like right near like the Plymouth skyscrapers.
I don't know if there's any Plymouth skyscrapers, but as much as there are skyscrapers in Plymouth, that's where they would be. Do people associate Plymouth consistently with Plymouth Rock? I don't know. I hope so. I don't know.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you haven't popped over to Plymouth Plantation to try to do some vids, man.
Yeah, I know. I should get in there, actually.
For reference, Plymouth Plantation is like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a mock village of how colonial Americans lived is it colonial? Or like Quaker
just
Americans
like the early
lived
settlers,
as soon as they touched down in the U.S. So you show up there and all these like actors like...
And they don't fall out apart, too.
Dude, it is the
there.
craziest...
It's actually really cool.
It's a wild experience because there's like this... It's like 140 degrees outside and this lady's like stoking a fire and like putting corn on a stick over a fire.
Yeah, and like sweating so bad, but just can't cut her character.
And yeah, she like talks in old English. I'm like, how much they paying you, lady? Good God.
There's like one lady that's just like always plucking a chicken, I feel like. I don't know.
Dead ass,
yeah,
bro.
I feel like she must just always have a chicken to pluck. Like, I don't know. They must just give her one.
Yeah, tell me you want to sponsor.
Wild. Yeah.
I'll plug this place and put it in a video.
That up. Yeah.
Or are you calling it the Duhmerican compound? What are you calling it?
The name is under wraps right now.
Okay, cool.
The name is under wraps.
Well, in the under wraps space, maybe you could do a live reenactment every night.
Yeah, I was even thinking of having like a little zone and like, having like a weekly thing where I just talk about something, anything, like what's going on in the world. Just like almost like a little podcast type situation.
Maybe I'll come down there once and run a live podcast.
And maybe you could just come in and like hold that section down. I don't know, but
Or know what we could also do? We could develop clones out of the space.
If we made a clone of me and you, we could get a lot of work done.
Done, or a lot of ideas would start.
A lot of ideas would start, but
we would get stuff done. We would get
stuff done though, because then we'd have 2 different clones in 2 different places.
Then there'd be 4 lunatics
Just imagine,
on the loose.
You'd be on episode like 150 right now if you had another guy.
Dude, and you'd plant like 90 trees.
Yeah, I would have planted 90 trees, but my collaborations have been crazy lately.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. So one thing Zach said, and he's a man of his word. He said, listen, I'm going to leave here and I'm going to start spazzing this year, man. I haven't been going hard enough. And honestly, man, I get your hustle's different. I totally understand it. But you have been going hard, bro. You were like, I'm going to start creating content more about me. Like less memes, more me doing the comedy. I'm going to start working in more collabs. I'm going to put out stuff more consistently. I'm going to comment on more stuff. And you have been. I noticed it all, bro. Shouts to you, dog.
Shout outs, dude. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you for putting together the event.
You able to meet some cool people?
Yeah, I was able to meet some really cool people and make some good connections there. And people like in Boston just didn't even know that people were like doing this as much. And like to see people that like really wanted to do it and like were doing it, like just made me feel even more invigorated by it. So that gave me like a second wind or third, fourth wind. Like, I don't know, I always have some kind of wind, like Avatar wind or something. But
like Aang,
like Aang,
the last Airbender.
Yeah, like your dude. Like all your stuff seems to go around airbending or
for right
Avatar,
now. This
right?
season, next season, I got a new idea.
That's cool. I like the Avatar. I like the arrow. I like that.
We'll get you another arrow.
Yeah.
I know. I saw that you posted before you got up here. One dude's like, "Dude, I thought this was gonna be about Avatar, man."
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, "Well, we are both airbenders."
But yeah. So last time I was here, I was in a little bit of like a stint and was holding off from posting. I actually had like 3 or 4 videos ready to post.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you were in the thick of it.
So I was like waiting it out a little bit, and so I banged those out, and then met up with Everyday Robbie, and also met up with Benny Congo. I've just been meeting up with all kinds of people lately, and
Mikey Swole's coming here after this, right?
Mikey Swole's about to come here today. I'm about to meet up with him, and we're gonna make some like fire like. Yeah, me and Benny met up, and we've made like 4 videos in like 2 hours.
Yeah, man.
It was like crazy. Yeah, man. He was. I love his energy, dude.
He's a great dude, man.
Yeah,
he's mad positive.
Yeah.
There's you gotta. So you are linking with the kid that was just up here, Aki.
Yeah, and him too.
He's a really nice kid, bro.
I actually when I linked up with Benny, he hit me in the DM and was like, dude, let's link up. And I was like, heck yeah, like.
He's a funny kid,
we already
bro.
scheduled
really
for next weekend. He said he's pretty busy during the week, but
he is busy. He lives like a quadruple life.
Yeah.
He works a job downtown, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He does corporate.
Oh, okay. So he's serious.
No, but then he like also is like pro rugby. He does all this stuff, bro.
Yeah, he definitely seems super active. I just like learned about him really the other day.
It's just actually very interesting because I'm starting to notice, mind you, I think I've met like, and probably had most of them up here, all the big like people who are doing comedy on Instagram. All of us got ADHD, bro. Like everyone's off the walls.
Well, dude, you have to be like, because if not, then you're just slacking.
And you need ideas all the time, bro.
You need to be like changing it up and like make sure you have notes open because like you're gonna forget those ideas. Write those shits down.
Oh, you write those down?
I always write that shit down. You can only have, I think psychology, one study said you can only have like 7 things on your mind at once. So
let's
like
push it though.
Once you're over 7, like you're gonna end up forgetting. Like you can try.
We're stressing out.
Yeah, dude. So you got to set reminders on your phone, dude. I talk to Siri. I just say set a timer for 20 minutes. Like she's my girl. She hooks that up. Oh, she heard all that. So, she still did it though. Still did it.
Sorry.
She heard me say she's my girl.
Sorry, Wait, ask Siri to set a reminder for 11 a.m. because that's when we got to be out of here.
Okay.
Can you ask her?
Siri, set a reminder for 11 a.m. Sick. My girl.
That's a simulation. That's a simulation, man. Oh, Frankie Films is in the building, man.
Yeah, shout out Frankie Films.
You want to say hi on this one? Okay.
He's good. He's out there. He's in the...
They know him. Frankie, you got me on Snapchat yet?
He's behind the curtain.
You got me on Snapchat yet?
Yeah, I got Snapchat.
Do you have me on Snapchat? Okay, because I put you on my Snapchat like all the time.
Yeah, this guy's got some serious stuff. I got 3 cameras on me now this time. Last time I think it was only 1.
I know, it turned into CNN real quick.
Yeah, we turned into CNN in here.
So, can you elaborate a little bit on the apparel? Because it seemed like you've been marketing that like a lot recently.
Yeah, the apparel. So, like I said, I partnered with Duhmerican Apparel, and they say that nothing comes out of a sweatshop, which is like super important to me. And they make sure that everyone who's making their stuff is paid like beyond a livable wage, like more than anyone else that's working near them is getting paid for the same thing. So like if you go to India and you go into a sweatshop, like there's like kids in there like just working to their bone, and like some people will argue like, oh, that's their only opportunity, that's their only chance. Well, my argument is, give their parents enough money that they don't have to send their kids through the same cycle, and then that thus creates different opportunities that shall arise, which will enable them to have total different futures than like that. Like, no, that shouldn't be the only option, is like my way of thinking anyway.
I mean, but it also seems like you've been like marketing to sell the apparel more recently, right?
Yeah, like
is that just part of the whole new?
It's just part of the
resurgence?
whole thing. Like I was kind of holding back on it for a while because I was like still getting everything figured out. Now that I'm like set in concrete and I know that like each thing is actually gonna make a difference, that I'm ready to like push it forward. Like at first I wasn't fully confident. Like I didn't want to just be selling something just to sell something, like everyone else does. Like I don't want to just be selling it just to make money, and like I wanted to actually do something.
Yeah, so do you think you've found your purpose? Like, do you think you've concretely found your purpose? Because I think I saw something recently where you said, like, I kind of think I know my mission.
Well, I think that, like, I know my purpose. I'm just not sure exactly how I'm going to carry it out. And I'm trying many different ways to get to that end goal, which is just, like, creating a brighter place, which is why I'm the stupid American. It's kind of a satirical play on,
You're far from stupid, man.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be. And, I mean, I'm mostly self-taught and everything. But, and I think that is basically, like, my main goal is just, like, teach people to teach themselves. Like, so even though there's just a lot of humor in my shit, like, I want people to question shit and be like, oh, like, should I really be doing that? Or, like, sometimes I throw in just something that's totally, like, that I'll lose, like, 1,000 followers because people hate it. And they're like, oh, why are you posting political shit? And it's like, you know what? I think that's important, though.
I also think a lot of your stuff's totally rooted in positivity, though, too, don't you?
Yeah, and that's definitely what I try to stick to. Like, even if it's a joke, like I try to keep the positive up, because one way or another, if you make someone smile, that's like a plus for me for sure.
So what would be something you think? Because like saying the world's a brighter place is pretty broad. What is something like you would like to get done?
Like I was saying before, with like the shirt, like apparel. Like I would like to like reinvent how our products are made, because the things that we buy is what fuels our future. So like each thing that we buy is supporting whoever's making that product. So if you buy shit that's made the worst way ever and it's polluting the local rivers and you just don't give a shit, then you go buy it. But if you give a shit, then look for someone who is making stuff the right way. Go find them, buy something, and support that cause. Because
how do you know the source of some of your products?
Sometimes you don't know for sure, and that's why like right now I'm still seeking for like other partners that will be even like a step further. Like I said, I know American Apparel, they kind of had a sketchy past, so I don't know exactly everything, but like I'm still seeking. I want to find someone that's like hopefully like making stuff like firsthand, and like I can go to the factory and know right like off the bat. Like that's gonna be like the evolution of it. Right now I'm in the early stages, but like I want to be able to I just want to like know that things are changing. Like I don't like the way that the system is set up, and it seems like
the American system.
Yeah, not like
I gotta be honest with you.
I don't want to like hate on things. Like I think there's opportunity out there.
I think I've started to come to the realization, bro, that I think capitalism is like, obviously there are outliers and everything, but it's a really beneficial system, dude.
Yeah, I'm not hating on capitalism, but I think that like let's not cut corners and use high fructose instead of sugar.
Okay, I feel you.
Like that kind of
thing. I saw a
thing.
Facebook video recently where they're like, y'all good Frankie films? It's my dog. I saw a video recently where it's like 10 food hacks, and it was, you know, like Tasty on Facebook.
I think so.
Where it's like they'll create all this like really aesthetic food. This was more like find out what's in your food, and I saw they like put all this rice in a pan.
I think I saw this, yeah.
And it heated up, and then all the rice left, but there was still like plastic. Mm. You know, I would never even think that.
I would think like, you know, Uncle Ben's rice. I would test that out with some Uncle Ben's rice.
We should do it.
Yeah,
we should do a cooking show.
I might even do a video of that. Like I should do that.
Oh, we should. That would be a great video for you to pick apart.
Yeah, that would be great actually. Like a Mythbusters.
You'd call it Cooking with Stupid.
Yeah, Cooking High with Stupid.
There was a show. I forget. I saw this guy on Joe Rogan. But he debunks myths too. I feel like that'd kind of be a good lean for you on like some primetime TV type thing.
Yeah, that might be something I'll go for. I like that idea. I'm gonna make a note of that though.
That'd be pretty fire.
Yeah.
Myth debunking. Yeah, is there any myths that have recently caught your brain? Like
myths. Any myths that have caught my brain? Nothing comes to mind right now.
Any major conspiracies you believe like recently? You know, there's a conspiracy theorist in Boston. I've been trying to get him up here, dude. His name's Richie from Boston.
Richie from Boston.
And his conspiracies are way out there. Like, I've never heard of some of them, but I haven't really been able to latch on to any recently.
Yeah. You know, I've been just like, because I'm still flabbergasted over like the whole flat earth thing. I saw a video of them, of like the head of like flat earth. I don't know, like he's like the head of the Facebook page or something. Dr.
Flat.
Yeah. So he they like put all this money together to try to prove that the earth was flat, and end up getting like this big some kind of like machine that could like tell its position in space and time. Like I don't know what it is exactly. I forget. You'd have to look it up. But basically they spent $20,000 on this machine to prove the earth was flat, and like got it all calibrated and everything, and then like proved that it was round. And they were like
they made this massive investment.
They're like, well, you know, we'll just have to keep going. And then they did like another and then they did like another one, and they did another one that was like to try to prove it wasn't curved, and they had like.
And the machine proved it was curved.
No, and they just had like a simple like setup. It was like a flashlight and like a couple like panels and like a little hole through it, and like either way, at the end of it, that whole series ends, and they do that last experiment, and he goes, "Oh, that's funny." And it just cuts black. And I'm like, they just basically, like, shitted on themselves.
They
like,
blew it.
Yeah, they blew it. And I don't know. I mean, it would be really amazing feat if the Earth was not a round thing. But, I mean, I guess it'd be hard for us to ever really know.
I got a feeling, though, it's probably round, bro.
I think it's round. I definitely think it's
I
round.
think it's totally a floating
Yeah,
sphere.
I'm not gonna support the flat Earth. Yeah. Like, you couldn't even go to space.
I know, but
Yeah.
the skeptics will say, well, I won't truly know if it's flat until I go to space.
Yeah. Well, wait, you're going to wait till the Earth explodes, and then you're going to be on the solar station like, oh, crap, I guess it wasn't flat. Like, all those people need their own solar station.
I mean, nonetheless, there are better things to do with your day.
Yeah.
Such as talk about the people who are
Yeah.
talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we just talk about them.
Exactly. So there's a... So I feel like you have a very conscious brain in terms of what's going on.
I try to be.
Are you like eager for the... I never talk about politics up here, but are you eager for the 2020 election to see kind of how things pan out? Have you do you follow it at all?
I'm like terribly scared, honestly.
You are?
Yeah, man, because like... Oh, man, we just need to get that Cheeto out of there. I don't know.
Cheeto?
The Cheeto, dude. He's like a crunched up Cheeto bag.
He is a marketing genius, though.
He's a marketing genius, but I mean, there's some things that, you know, some business moves that might have been pretty good, but like overall.
Well, I mean, he marketed his campaign very effectively.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure.
I mean, the red hat, man, you knew it off
The
rip.
red hat. Oh, man.
But what I'm saying is like there's an innate sense of like negativity, you know, in the system. And so I'm wondering how to combat it, man, on a national level. How do you do it?
I'm so like confused with it. Like when the whole voting thing was around, it's like everyone's like, go vote and go vote. And then, like, when it comes down to it, like, here's one conspiracy for you is like, do our votes actually do anything? Like, is anyone even reading those? Or are they just a computer in the number that get erased? Who fucking knows? We have no clue on that.
What about, you would never like partake in local politics?
I do. I mean, I vote. But, like, I don't know if
Is there
matters.
a mayor in Plymouth?
I wouldn't know his name. But
We'll tell him to hook it up with some sponsorships.
I want to tell him to hook it up with some sponsorships. But I definitely, like, vote. Like, I think, like, you might as well try. But, like, I don't know if it will actually do anything. Like, are those getting counted? How do we know?
That's why I'm saying I think you would know your effect most on a local level.
Yeah.
You know, when the election's smaller.
Gotcha.
I wonder, dude, I could see you long term being a total like politician.
Dude, I
of
don't
the people.
know. I don't want to be a politician.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be a quintessential politician, but imagine just being a politician.
Yeah, like I would love to be like a public voice, maybe, like in a way.
Like a politician.
Yeah, but not like I don't want to like.
Zach.
Yeah, I don't know.
The mayor of Plymouth.
Man, I don't know about all that.
So, how long did it take you to get up here today?
Today was like 2 or 3 hours.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Dude, you're welcome.
I feel like you kind of got to get shit. You kind of got to come up here to get some stuff done, right?
Yeah, I had actually. Today was planned. I was gonna meet up with Mike anyway. We were gonna meet up. He said he had some competition this weekend, some epic stuff.
Mike is now.
He is. Yeah, he's number one, right?
Certified the strongest dude in Massachusetts.
Dude, that is epic.
That's
yeah,
insane.
That is epic. Yeah, so Mike is a beast, and you know I'm wicked excited to work with him, because he's just like way gung ho. Like he works even harder than me. Like he's just awesome. Like
he's crazy.
Yeah,
He's nuts, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he stops. Like he's like, dude, we're gonna be able to film a few videos in 2 hours. Like I gotta plan out my day. Like 2:30 is gonna be enough. I got a phone call and I got like this. I'm like, all right, dude. Like we'll make it work. Like
Yeah, that's old Mikey Swole for you.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
On a branding tip, like where do you want to take things? Like what's your central force right now? Like what are you trying to get done? Because I feel like you got 5,000, 100,000 ideas going on at once.
Yeah, I have a lot of ideas.
I mean, I know you'll
right
probably tell
now,
me something that will change tomorrow.
Yeah, it might change tomorrow, but like right now, I'm trying to just focus mostly on my content because like I think that's like the main priority, and like I want to give people value without just trying to like shove products in their face, but like I also want like to let them know that like my products are making a difference. So I think the launch is still kind of like slow with the products because
Well, honestly, I saw you did the Gary V, the Sonic branding. I saw it. You did it.
what?
The light bulb with the bing.
You saw that?
Fire.
You like that?
I did one too. Did you see it?
I didn't.
It goes, fuck, man.
No, I didn't.
We're
but,
supposed to be boys.
Yeah, and that was exact. Like I literally saw his signature, and like he had that little noise. It's like I was just like, I need that. And my buddy actually texted me. He was like, dude, why don't you have this? And I was like, all right. I texted him back in an hour and sent him that video.
Who made the initial light bulb? Was it you?
Yeah, it was all me. Yeah.
How'd you make it?
I make
Photoshop?
everything. Yeah. I make it. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't have any help. I don't have any.
Do you sometimes wish you had help?
Sometimes I do, but like also it's like I'd be over their shoulder like, oh, do it like this or like change that. So it's like sometimes there's some things that like I think that I have to do myself no matter what.
That's probably just you wanting to micromanage. I think it's probably something you'll grow out of.
I think I'll grow out of that. Like I definitely want to.
Because your brain will never
hiring
be the
people.
same. Your brain will never be the same as someone else's. You know?
No, and some people are definitely better than me at different things, and like that's who I want to start seeking out.
How much of your time is consumed by editing?
It depends. Like sometimes a video will take like 6-8 hours or more. Depends, and because then I'll edit it and then I'll look
Final
at it
Cut?
and then I'll be like, oh, I want to like do something else. Adobe Premiere.
Premiere.
Yeah, Adobe Premiere is my favorite. I was using iMovie for a while and like I started running into glitches. It's like a free program. There's very like
It's limited.
It's very restricted, and then as like the other ones started developing, I realized that I had to like get into it, but I was so intimidated by the software. I was just like, whoa, like there's so much going on.
Adobe.
Yeah, you just like don't know what to do.
Can you test that, Frank? It looks like a video game.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I don't know what's going on. It's definitely a simulation type.
Simulation inside a simulation.
Yeah, there's a simulation inside that. But once
and so
you
know what's going on right here?
Yeah.
There's someone in a different galaxy running a big program of Adobe Premiere.
Yeah, and he's going in and he's like seeing all our little like tags and yeah, he's following us around.
That's what we're gonna call the clip. Back in the simulation.
That's sick.
I actually did VR for the first time the other day.
What was that like?
You know, like the
a
goggles.
helmet?
No, put on the goggles.
Is it like
it's
beyond
very
the one that you just put your phone in? Or what?
I don't know how they were running it. It was at a computer store.
It's on a computer store.
But it was like, it looked like you were like in a game of Minecraft.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was pretty cool. Have you ever done one? It like looks like you're in Minecraft kind of. It's weird.
I picture it like soon you'll have like an omnidirectional treadmill, and you just kind of like you can walk in any way, and like you're walking in the video game. Like that's
kind of what happened. There was like wires. There was like wires and sensors around this like perimeter of the space.
Oh, super cool.
And you just walk around. It was like an office setting. Is what I was in. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how the technology grows too.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Did you play Tony Hawk's Underground lot growing up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could see you liking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember what was the name of the trick? The New York Nut Buster.
I don't know. I couldn't name. I remember like there was like McTwist, and I don't know. I learned like a lot of tricks that like if I like say a random trick, it's probably from that. But like I can't like just randomly recall one. I don't really know.
There was Tony Hawk is a branding genius.
Yes.
He is, man. So when you took the train up here, you skateboarded from Davis?
Davis, yeah. It was like it said 20-minute walk. It's like a 6-minute skate.
Oh, so skating is certified. What do you do when you go up hills? You skate uphill?
I skate up that fucking hill.
You skated up that Lowell Street hill?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta, cause like walking would take twice as much, even if you're.
Dude, your legs must be mad strong.
They're getting there, dude. I'm like not quite Mike Rosa, but not even. I'll never get that, but yeah, no, they've been going. And like I said, I skated 10 miles the other day, going back from Benny Congo.
You're insane,
I forgot
dude.
my money for a bus, and I didn't know they didn't take a card. And it was like I either skate 7 miles to Green Line or just 10 miles straight to the station. So I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. But then my leg like gave out at like mile 8 or 9, and like I had to stop in some park.
Your bones dissolved.
My bones turned to jello, and yeah, I collapsed. I kind of just collapsed, and like was like, okay, and like this leg wouldn't work. Like I basically hopped into the park, and then like sat down, chilled, and then it came back to life after a little bit, and I was good.
Good, Frank. Cool.
And then
Do you drink coffee?
I don't. No, just tea. I like tea though.
Continue. Sorry.
But yeah. So I was scared though, because the day after that I was scheduled to go help out a friend and screw in like 500 light bulbs. I literally screwed in 500 light bulbs, ironically.
Where? Warehouse or something?
It was it's for Mass Save, so it was like a giant apartment complex, and
So is that how you've been? I don't even want to be too invasive, but is that how you've been making bread? Like you do a lot of like maintenance jobs, side jobs?
Yeah, like sometimes to like, because I have like the bills in my name at my house, so I cover like the heat and electric for my family. So sometimes I have to do some random side jobs to, make the end of the month.
But how consistently do you still monetize Stupid American, the page?
I've been slowing the monetization on that because I don't want to ruin
the brand.
I feel like I've been, I don't want to ruin the brand, and since, oh, that was just a 20-minute timer. But since I am like more focused on like the content right now and trying to like convert to like my own videos, I think if I push too much product right now, that it will just like totally diminish everything.
I feel you don't want to be too selly.
Yeah.
But have there been moments ever for you where you're like, dude, if I had like, if someone just handed me like a $50,000 check, things would be so much easier?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. If I had $50,000, I'd probably have $1 million within a month.
How would you invest it?
I can't tell you my secret.
Okay, I won't.
I can't tell you my secret. But basically, if I had $50,000, it's already gone. Like I already have at least like $100,000. Like, or actually, if you gave me $1 million, I could have it gone. But like as much money as I could get right now, I basically have it planned out to where I would put it.
So you are at a point where you're working to make more money to grow things.
For sure. Yeah, and like everything. So like sometimes like most of the money I make is just to reinvest in my own stuff. Like I'm about to order 1,000 joint papers, and they're gonna have my little logo on it, my own little QR code, and I'm gonna hand those out at festivals and just be like, here.
Fire. I like how you're down and putting the footwork.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people they'll use platforms as kind of a veil to be social. You notice that a little bit?
Yeah, like they're not really like they won't actually go out and meet up with people. What are you saying?
That, and it's a little easier to be sociable behind a camera as opposed to actually like going up to someone and saying like, "Yo, what's good, Frankie Films?
Yeah,
what's good, Zach Attack?"
Yeah, well, it's like it's a little awkward, but if you can get over like the awkwardness, like I mean, me and you met and we kind of just you just start talking. Like people are people, so like you just gotta like realize that like. Everyone's not judging you like you think you are. Some people are like scared to be judged or something, and like
that. And dude, everyone's got issues, man.
Everyone's got issues too.
Everyone's wakes up every day saying, "Dude, how do I get this done? How do I deal with my own problems?"
Everyone's worrying about their own issues, and we all got them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like on the way here, like you were thinking about like, damn, what does Zach have to do today? You weren't thinking about like, yo. Big Bochi, I'm sure there's so much on his mind. It's just not human to do something like that, you know?
Right, yeah. So you are really focused on your stuff. But if you can, like, basically, like, I had a big problem where I would just kind of look at everything negative for a long time.
How'd you flip it?
I'm not really sure, but it's more or less just, like pushing it into yourself that, like, it's not that bad. Like, if you're just going to appreciate breathing, it's fucking amazing. Because it's like, dude, I'm alive. I have a chance to even be alive. If you can just appreciate that. I have certain talents, and like I'm progressing at them. Like everyone has their own talents, and like everyone's gonna have stuff they hate about themselves. Like I hate my feet. Like I hate different things. Everyone hates something.
What's wrong with those feet?
They're just ugly, dude. I got that bunion toe, whatever you call that.
Good God.
So like all that stuff, man. Like just gotta get over that. And realize that everyone else has things with them that they hate. So, like, just be real with people. And, like me and you made a great connection, I think, off the bat. And
we're good guys.
It wasn't even that awkward. A couple of good guys, I guess. But I don't know. And I think a lot of people are scared to, like, make that first encounter over being judged too harshly.
So there was nothing particularly to you that was like, I'm going to switch from negative thinking to positive thinking?
Well,
because I got to be honest, bro. I'm at a point where like I am working like disgustingly hard, and I've always asked for it. I've always wanted to be like that. I've always wanted to be consumed with work, just because I'm a psycho, right?
Yeah, same.
But I feel like if you're on go, sometimes it's hard to just sit and like appreciate what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure it out for myself a little bit. Like, how do I stay grounded even though there's all these crazy branches? What's going on for me?
Yeah.
Tell me, therapist Zach.
I don't know.
Save
I mean,
me.
I'm definitely big into like little meditations. Like I'll just like close my eyes and just like kind of just if you just focus on breathing for a little bit, and everything kind of just erases, and then you can like clear your mind a little bit. But the way that I switched from negative to positive, like I'm not entirely sure. Like I was like I just was always surrounded by negativity. So honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly, but basically what I read in a psychology book recently was like the only way to change your future interactions is by changing the way you look at your past interactions. So
can you make that a little less poetic?
Yeah, so basically like each situation you face is based off of all the last encounters that you've had that were similar to that situation. So, say if you got in like a fight with someone over something ridiculous and like you got mad and you're like, damn, like I really shouldn't get mad over that. It's
like
not a big deal.
Like Frankie Film stole my milk.
Yeah. So if you can go back and be like, all right, like next time, like you look at the past situation, and you're like, you know what, milk's like not that big of a deal to me.
Honestly,
like,
Frankie, you were a scumbag for stealing my milk, but dude,
like maybe
I know
ask
you were thirsty, bro.
Yeah, like I know he was thirsty. He
I
was
get
probably
thirsty
hurting.
sometimes too.
Like just ask me next time, Frankie, and it's all good. And like you do that in
but
your head.
what if he double crosses you though?
Then he double crosses you. You know, you might end up boiling milk in your ears, but
no, then you might have a clothesline waiting for Frankie Films in that situation, right?
Dude, yeah, I might have a close hanger.
Don't steal my milk.
Yeah, no, but like, you're making me lose what I was trying to say. Now I'm totally
my fault. I kind of get what you're saying though. What you're saying is like humans over time adapt to like based on their experiences, especially with other people.
Yeah,
and sometimes you carry with you the negative interactions you've had.
Exactly. So if you carry on to like those negative ways, and then like now you come and steal my milk, I'm just gonna freak out. But if I like before you stole my milk, I evaluated the situation and was like, all right, like Frankie took my milk, he was probably just thirsty, like it's not that big a deal, I can get another milk. Now, next time when you steal my milk, I'm going to be like, dude, why'd you steal my milk? Why don't you just ask? Like, I'm not going to be enraged. Maybe I'll just be more calm and, like, have, like, you know, I'll understand. I'll be like, well, you just thirsty? Like, dude, just ask me, you know?
I get it.
Yeah.
That's also, that must be a natural maturity, though, too, right?
Kind of. But, like, if you don't, like, consciously do it, then I might just end up freaking out next time someone steals my milk, and you might still end up freaking out. Like it's gonna be something you have to ingrain into yourself. Like you have to think about the past situations more and more in order to act differently on your future situations.
I think one thing I've been learning is like, dude, you're gonna mess up all the time.
Mm-hmm. And
once you just start accepting, like, dude, I'm gonna mess up, things get a little bit easier.
One of my favorite quotes that I saw, don't know who it's by, but you haven't failed if you're still trying. Like you didn't fail.
Don't quit.
Yeah, don't quit. You didn't fail yet. Like you can fall on your face, but you didn't. You're still going, so you didn't actually quit. You didn't actually fail.
But that's positive thinking though. So how do people get to that point though? You know, I've been trying to think like, you know, one
part is finding one of the main ways I think actually was finding something that like I truly enjoy doing, and like knowing that I could do that, which is like where I'm at now. It's just like why creating and like trying to help other people like either create or just see things a little brighter. And like I don't know exactly how to do that, and that's why, you know, I'm just trying different ways. And until I really like get locked in on some kind of like code, and I'm like, dude, this is the secret code. Like, until that point, I'm just gonna keep pumping out what I can.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had these 2 young men up here. They were called the Lit Twins.
Mm-hmm.
They're great dudes, but they hit me with an Einstein quote. They said, match your frequency to the energy you want to achieve, and that's the way you'll get the outcome. Something like that. And so what they were saying is like, if you exert all the energy you think you need to reach a certain outcome, you will get there.
Yeah.
And but it's like, it's self-explanatory, but it's like a scientific approach from like a physical standpoint.
Right.
So what they're saying is like, if you want to get to a certain point, just figure out the exact actions you have to take, and you will get there.
It's like a bigger scale version of like, if you're you know, work for what you think you're worth, not what you're getting paid.
Hustle.
Yeah, like work for I forget the exact quote, but it's something like similar to that, and it's basically like work for what you think you should be earning, not for what you are earning. Because it's like I've worked with some people, and like their boss will ask them one thing, and they're like, "That's not my job description." It's like, how are you gonna move anywhere? How are you gonna progress anywhere if you're just like, "Oh, this is my job description. Only gonna do my job description. That's it."
I know, but you also got to think like, you say that it's easy to say it when you like what you're doing, as opposed to people who literally do not enjoy their day to day.
Right. Well, that to them, they need to find something differently to do.
It's easier said than done.
I know. I'm still struggling. So, like, I don't think it's an easy thing.
So you said we kind of talked about it a little bit in the first episode, but you just hinted at it. You said like you were kind of raised around negativity. Do you still see effects from that now? Do you feel it still?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and like sometimes I still will get angry over stuff that like I shouldn't, and I think like it goes into like my past, and it's like part of my like mom will come out, and like I'll be like mad over spilt milk, basically.
Or Frankie stealing
like
the milk.
Frankie stealing my milk or something. Yeah, it definitely is like in you, but like I said, like if you can learn to like look at those past situations differently, then it's gonna help you in the future, and that's what I've been learning to try to do.
I've been thinking about it a lot, like some of the effects that when you're growing up, some of the residual effects it has on you now. But I've also started to notice at our age, you're 24, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've started to realize at our age, like, dude, you can change anything you want to change. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. And like a lot of people like...
But you do have genetic blessings and genetic shortcomings.
Oh, for sure. Everything is like both nature and nurture. I hate the argument that it's one or the other. Like, it's definitely both. There's no arguing that.
No, your upbringing is wildly important.
Yeah, but upbringing is wildly important. Like you could have someone that's like is gonna save the world, but they were raised in like the worst conditions, and now maybe they will never get to that. But I don't know. But then also you could have someone who was in that situation and somehow did change the world. So you never really know what's gonna happen. I think people just need to like try to find their true selves, and don't live the lie. Don't let people tell you what they think you should do. Like, don't even let me tell you what you should do. Like,
I was gonna say that. I think I come up here a lot of times and I philosophize on like kind of what I think is a good idea.
Yeah.
But like, why would you listen to me?
Yeah, like don't listen to me. Like, listen to yourself, and that's all I'm trying to say. To like anytime, that's all I'm ever trying to say is like, screw me, screw them, screw everyone else.
Screw
Just
you,
focus
bro.
on you, bro.
Get out of my ear, dude.
Yeah.
And screw Frank for stealing our milk.
Yeah, well, Frank's pretty cool, but
that whole milk ordeal though. Oof.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'll forgive
Everyone at home is
him,
gonna actually think he stole milk now. So there's
It's probably lactose intolerant. We don't even know.
Well, thanks for stealing our lactate. So what's that diet looking like nowadays, bro?
The diet.
How you eating? Be honest.
Being honest.
How have you been eating?
The last thing I ate was a salad.
Okay.
With a bunch of walnuts on it, and
any meat in there?
There was no meat.
Are you vegetarian?
I'm not fully vegetarian, but like I'm on the verge. because like I'm starting to get freaked out by meat the more I look at it.
Don't make the sales pitch to me.
I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. Yeah.
I eat a lot of meat, man.
No, I eat meat too, and like I crave like meat sometimes. So like I'm not gonna argue that.
Well, no, it'd be fire, bro. If you just went over to the Plymouth plantation and got the lady that was
plucking the chickens.
Plucking the chicken, dude.
Yeah.
Just say, yo, I'm a little hungry. Can I get a bite? What's up?
Yeah, she's good at that. I don't know. I feel like she's always doing that. I don't know how many chickens she's got, but
I bet you her name's Betsy.
Do you want to bet on it?
Oh. It's either Betsy.
I'm gonna go there in the next couple months.
Make some content over there, man.
Make some content there. I might dress up like a
probably
turkey.
Gonna sue you.
Yeah, they will. I'm actually not in a good zone. I'm actually going to court on Friday over that last thing that I was here. Yeah. So the Plymouth police don't love me, but they don't understand me. So like I think they thought that I was just posting something like a random kid.
They thought you were being reckless.
They just thought I was like a weird kid. Like I need to go in there and explain to them that like this is what I do. Like it was a bad skit, and
I'm so sorry, bro.
I know it's all good. I hope it's all good, but
you want to? Frankie wants to know.
I'll give you the briefing. I don't want to talk about it too much, but basically, I did an IG live skit, and I was pretending to be kidnapped, and it got taken seriously, and Facebook ended up calling the cops. Someone must have reported it to Facebook or to Instagram rather, and Facebook's owned by Instagram. So the cops come to my door. All of a sudden, the IG live just like cut and was like, "This is against our guidelines." I was like, "I don't know what I did wrong." I guess it was a little edgy, but anyway. Then an hour later, the cops are at my door, like, "What's going on?" They like thought someone was tied up, and like, I was like, "Dude, like I just did like a skit. It was just like a poorly planned idea. Like my bad." And they like had to check the basement and all that, and basically, like, I didn't think anything was going to come of it, but then they sent me something in the mail saying that I did a false report, which I didn't do a false report, so I don't know. But I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm still supposed to go there Friday, so I'm a little scared about it.
Got you on IG, bro.
Because I don't know what they can do to me, but...
Got you all locked in, brother. Hey,
I'm broke.
What up, brother?
But... yeah, so the bottom line is they say that it's a false report, which means that, like, you call the cops trying to incur something, but that's not what I did, so.
Yeah, I don't want you to be up here incriminating yourself under any circumstance,
yeah.
so.
No, me neither, so I'm going to keep it at that. Yeah,
we're going to keep it at that.
Yeah.
So, additionally, though, last time you were here also, actually, do you want to just tell everyone who you are on Instagram Live? Tell them to follow you.
Oh, yeah, Stupid American, go check me out. The Stupid American, Dumb Broke, Duhmerica.
He's a great guy.
Check the hashtag.
So, how has this veganism or vegetarianism come on in terms of, has it been an onset over time?
Yes. Just the more that I learn, like, how negative meat is to the environment, and, like, the production of it is, and stuff like that, you start to just, like, where, like, my mind is just, like, trying to change things. So, like, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian yet, but, like, I see myself going along that line but I still crave meat, so it's really a hard thing.
Are you anti-hunting?
I think people should, like, kill for food. I mean, you have to kill to eat, so.
So I was gonna say, like, me and you could just take like an archery class or something.
Yeah, like I'd like archery. That'd be cool.
And we could go into like the Plymouth woods.
Yeah, shoot some trees. Shoot some.
What's good? So, what's that guy? What's his deal, man? That guy, Ghetto Garrett.
Ghetto Garrett?
Like,
he's got a lot of issues, bro.
Dude.
He's been through a lot.
That dude's emotional, bro.
Yeah, I know.
What's his deal?
He doesn't know if his mom loves him or hates him, you know?
So he's just confused.
Yeah, he's super confused. And, like, he wants to do big things, but he's really stuck in his hometown. He's, like, one of those guys.
He's stuck by the commuter rail, man.
He's stuck by the commuter rail.
Hanging on the train tracks. Yeah, should not be doing all that.
I've been starting to try to bring out some more people.
I was gonna say, bro, it seemed like you've been doing more characters.
I think people like characters, so like I'm experimenting with some different ones and seeing like if people like which ones, and I'll probably stick with ones and drop some off. And
What's little boy real estate's first name?
That's just his
Just
name.
little boy?
He's actually gone by a couple of names, and I can't even recall. But yeah, he just goes by. He just represents.
Space was absolutely rank, my dude.
Dude, it was a nice space. Don't get me wrong.
It was atrocious, bro.
What? You wouldn't move in?
Those toilets are literally prehistoric.
They were.
What was that space before? Was it a mill?
I don't. Yeah, it had like that building has been there for a long time. So I don't know. It's probably gone through a lot of transformations.
Is it on the water, like on a river?
No, not directly.
Probably not a mill.
No. I don't know what it was, but they have like this big. You saw the big like metal like door that you pull up, and then there's a conveyor belt that like goes straight down. I don't know what they were doing in there, but they definitely had some drop offs.
So, I kind of noticed you do it too. Have you ever read Gary Vee's Crushing It?
Crushing It? What's that? Is that his book?
It's his book.
No, I didn't read the book. No.
Well, you're familiar with his content model, right?
Yes.
How he's like do one major piece of content and break it up into like 13 others.
Yeah.
I kind of noticed you doing it with some of your shoots. Like you'll shoot a meme for yourself.
Yeah.
And then the video will come back later, and you'll use a meme to promote it, right?
Yes.
That's genius shit.
Yeah, because my video views aren't as huge as my picture views.
Well, people go to your profile because they know you for the memes initially, right?
Initially, yeah, and like I've had some videos that like got over 1 million views and stuff, but
when was that? No way.
in 2017, 2018.
What was the vid?
One was I had one that one got 500,000 views of me getting a cat that was a stray cat outside a Waffle House, and like we fed it. Like yeah, it was just like being cool with this cat. And then another one, I used to work on a tuna fishing boat.
You got to start. We only touched on that a little bit last time.
Yeah, I don't talk about it that much.
So you used to be Moby Dick.
I used to be Moby Dick, and I used to like hunt the great whale. But no, I didn't hunt whales.
You hunted tuna.
Hunted tuna.
And tuna are some big fish, bro.
They're like the feistiest fish of the ocean, they say.
Well, swordfish is pretty vicious too.
Bluefin tuna though is the biggest fish.
Okay, so you leave high school, right? And then you go on a fishing boat?
I leave high school, I go on a roof, and I start roofing.
I remember this a little bit.
Yeah.
So how did you meet this captain?
Through a guy who was mutual friends with my mom, actually, but I also had worked with him, and he was like, someone is looking for like a hard worker to help him out on his boat. I literally had never seen a striped bass before this. Mm-hmm. I didn't fish. And so I just saw it as like a money opportunity and was like, all right.
How old are you, 16?
No, I was like 19 when I met Charlie,
okay.
Which is the captain of the fishing boat.
And it was just you and Charlie out on the boat, right?
Just me and Charlie. But then then we actually had one more mate, which is Cindy Graham.
It was a chick?
She unfortunately passed away, but she was sisters with, or her brother is also the guy that I was telling you who does the mass save stuff. So like I'll work with him now, but I met him through Charlie.
So you are just like, fine, I'll just seize the opportunity.
So I seized the opportunity, got on the tuna boat.
And I heard it's vicious, rigorous work.
It's very vigorous. You know, get up at 3 a.m., come home at 9 p.m., and do it again.
Oh, so you wouldn't be sleeping on the boat?
I don't sleep on the boat. No, we did day trips out to Stellwagen Bank.
Where's that?
Which is just off the coast of the Cape. It's like a basically like giant underwater mountain, and it runs all the way from the just 4 or 5 miles off the end of the Cape all the way to like diagonal to Boston, but it's like way out in the water.
So how long would that?
It's a big sanctuary, like nature sanctuary.
Tons of fish.
Like because the way that the upwellings will hit it, like there's so much structure. So like depending on how the tide's going, an upwelling will get formed on like a ridge, and like all the like little stuff will collect there. So then all the little fish go for that, and then the whales will go and start feeding on that. And
so it's almost like an Atlantic reef.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big.
So it gets shallower out there.
What do they
correct?
call it? It's like a big sandbar type thing. I don't know. It's a sanctuary. It has all kind of structures though. Like one side of it's like all rocky, some of it's like sand and some of it's hard. You go to like different corners of it. It's pretty large. Like if you look it up, it's large, and if like any fisherman knows Stellwagen Bank.
So do you see sharks out there?
Oh yeah, I've seen a few great whites. That's one of the other videos that did really good. It got like 700,000 views, and it was a great white. We went and saw a decaying whale that had been. We heard about it, and it was floating for
Humpback?
and it was floating for a couple months out on the water, and we heard about it, and it had drifted from around Stellwagen area back toward. It was actually coming inshore a little bit. We're like we're 25 miles out, so like when I say coming inshore, it's like still 20 miles from shore. So it was huge, yeah, and like you could just see blubber everywhere, like pockets of like different organs like floating next to it that were like still attached to something, and like 10 sharks were like mowing on it. There was like 4 blue sharks. They're all kind of like gnawing it. I see blue sharks there. Like I'd see a blue shark at least once a day.
What is the physical structure of a blue shark?
A blue shark is like
big?
6 foot long, 5 to 6 feet, and it's kind of skinny.
So you could beat the shit out of a blue shark.
It's like a typical looking. Yeah, you could beat the shit out of one.
So
but like I wouldn't.
Did you ever
want
just like jump off the boat, just wrangle them up?
Well, one time we had like sometimes you'll accidentally get them hooked, and so you'll have to dehook them. And one time my captain was really drunk and like almost like pulled him into the boat because like the way that the hook was, like we had to like relieve pressure from him to unhook it.
Yeah.
And because it wasn't in his face, it was like in at the top of his head, and we were like trying to help the shark, but well, I shouldn't say but. We did help the shark. He pulled him into the boat though, like by the tail, and like I had a little video, and it looked like he was just trying to wrestle a shark, but really we were helping the shark, and we got the hook out and then released him, and that's like the typical gig is. But sometimes like if it's in their mouth, you can't really go for it.
Just cut it, right?
Yeah, you just have to cut it, and like
And then it lives with that hook.
and then
though.
they say that like so like that's terrible. But
They should make
eventually, like everyone would say that it would rust out eventually, but I don't know how long that takes, and like, is that really beneficial? Like, I mean, he's trying to eat with a hook in his mouth, and
They should make dissolvable hooks.
yeah, but I don't know if it would catch a tuna.
That's a fact. You need that big boy hook.
It's not that big. You'd actually be surprised. It's actually really small.
So, do you have any like crazy catching tuna stories? Any like real notable ones where it's like Zach versus the Beast?
I mean, like the biggest
Tuna
one,
are extremely fast.
the longest fight was 8 hours,
Oh,
and yeah,
you won though,
I won.
dude.
I won.
8 hours.
8 hours straight. I
How
had
long-
to,
how long
I
is
had
the
to come
average?
off a little bit. I let my captain go in a little bit here and there.
Were you just
but
working him?
you just have to work them, and that was one of the first times I had a giant on, and it was my first or second year, so I didn't really like I was starting to get down, but I didn't have it down on how to play them, especially when they're that big, and you get scared because you know, you don't want to crank up too much tension. You need like some play in the line because they come around, and basically you try to work them into a circle, and you literally get into like a game of tug of war, and like they'll come out, they'll pull a little line, and then when they come back around, you got to crank it and try to like pull them up a little bit. So like as they're coming towards you, that's like your little break, and you crank it up a little bit, and then they're going to come back, they're going to take a little line, and like you basically fight them for like however long you can until you can get them into that. And then sometimes they'll still leave that, like you're like, oh, he's under control, and like you'll watch the line go in the water so you know what he's doing. And once they start doing that, they start losing oxygen because they're like only swimming halfway, and they're not moving as like good as they should be. One gill is like almost closed because they're always turning, so they're not like getting the oxygen they need. So that's when they start tiring out.
Were you ever like, fuck this? Like, were you ever just like had a fishing pole and just like, honestly, I'm done, just throw the pole in?
Well, we got in fights here and there. And one time I threw a rod like towards my captain, and he threw like something at me, and then we were always pretty dandy though. We really got together pretty well.
Did you ever just like, you guys are in a bad fight and just like threaten to throw him in the great white shark infested waters? You don't want this, man.
Yeah, no one goes.
You see him?
No one goes swimming. That's for sure. You don't jump off the boat and take a dip.
What, Stellwagen Bank is the name?
Yeah. But I got out of that because I don't like love killing stuff, and there's a lot of like stuff that like.
There's something a little more holistic about fishing, though.
Yeah, it's cool. It is like. I loved being out there, and like the whales would follow our boat and just circle our boat for hours. And like I swear, I told you this before. Like looking at a whale in the eye, it's like looking at a human. Like I'm not fucking around. Like you look at a dog, you can look at a dog, and it's like, all right, I'm looking at a dog. Like he's cool. Like I kind of think he might be curious about me. But the whale,
he's like, yo, does that have a treat in his pocket or what?
The whale was like, bro, you're in my hood. What are you doing here?
But was the whale also like? Dude,
but he
was he ever like welcome?
It wasn't even like that. Like it wasn't negative. Like it seemed like he was trying to connect with me, and I'm not even fucking around. Like I might have been on the water for too long.
Did you?
But
did you start learning sonar?
No, but they would circle us for hours, dude. Hours.
Okay, so you're getting all these bad looks from the whales. Were they ever like looking at you like, yo, bro, one day you're gonna get off this boat and you're gonna make some awesome memes?
Well, I think that yeah, maybe the whales were trying to tell me something. They were trying to get me out of that gig, but.
So you think whales hate humans?
I don't think whales hate humans. I think they're like our spiritual guidance.
So you think whales are trying to tell humans something?
I think whales might be trying to tell humans something.
What?
Learn how to be like us, because like they're so sustainable. They've been in here for millions of years, and I got in it with my captain. He's like, dude, whales are definitely stupid, like we can kill them. And I'm like, so you're gonna judge your ability to kill something on its intelligence?
Dude, whales, if they were vicious animals, could destroy humans.
Yeah, any one of those whales could just flip our boat at any time.
I know. I was gonna imagine if he just like did a belly flop like straight through your boat.
They literally didn't, and it's like, think about if they held a grudge, because they remember. They are only whales can be 50 to 100 years old. So there's whales out there.
How long do blue whales live?
I don't know, but we could look that up.
Did you ever see one out there?
I did never see a blue whale. They are massive though, and I always wish that I did see one. I still hope that I see one day.
Let's go hit the water.
Yeah, but I just fucked up.
You were talking about communicating with the whales and like them being sustainable as opposed to humans.
Yeah, no, I lost it.
It's the whales communicating, bro.
Yeah, they were trying to send me something there. Yeah,
did you get something into your ear?
Yeah, I got a little. Yeah.
That ass.
Yeah, they came at me. My bad. Yeah, they disrupted the signal.
Yo. Oh, my fault. Benny Congo says, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Benny,
man.
you still in here, bro?
What's up, Benny?
Benny, what's up, dog?
Benny! Yo, we might want to post one video today, Benny.
Oh, you guys got a bunch, right?
Yeah, we were crazy. We went in the park, and I had like two kind of ideas. He had an idea, and then we came up with another idea. So like by the end of it, we were looking at our phones, and we're like, dude, we just did 4, and it was like only been like an hour and a half. It was like 2 hours. We were like, that's like abnormal. Like sometimes it'll take like an hour just to like even come up with and like solidify it. But I don't know. We just like did it.
Also, I don't know if Radar's here, but the Radar song worked.
What song?
Remember, I was like, yo, I commented, I was like, yo, the song's Acid Drip by The Real Radar.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
No, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Bro. It's in there now, though, right?
Yeah, I fixed it. I put it in there.
Hey, you're a great guy.
Hey, thanks. I try.
Let's whisper the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, Benny put that song in there, and I didn't know that it was someone that we knew. I thought it was just like a random song, so then I saw that, and then I fixed it.
Way to sell your boy out. You're a scumbag.
Yeah, Benny, that's all your fault.
I mean you. How could you snitch on Benny?
I know. I'm still snitching on you, Benny.
Dead ass. All right, listen, it's almost 11.
All right, dude.
I want to make sure you get a hashtag plug in. One plug all the socials. Always blast having you up here, man.
Yeah, sure.
We should do it like 14 times a week.
Yeah, no, I'm down to link up. I think we'll always have stuff to talk about, and when I have my space opened up, like,
well, yeah, just tell them what you got on the way, because I feel like people who've been following you probably think there's a lot of things going on. So just kind of give them a little bit of a schedule.
Yeah. So I got my apparel is slowly going. I got some people that are going to be modeling that this summer. I'm really excited about that. I got my joint papers that are coming soon. I'm going to be handing those out. If you really want some, then who knows? Maybe I'll put some on my site just for funds, but I'm going to be handing them out for free. So if you see me in person, ask me for some. And I have a creative space that's getting opened up with my partner, KP Stockford. and it's gonna be epic. We're gonna be putting on some like crazy stuff. We don't even fully have it all planned out yet, so I'm keeping it under wraps. We have walls that are gonna get put up soon. People think I'm slacking, but we're working.
Okay.
Hashtag Duhmerica. Make sure you get that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got like 2-3 questions left.
Hit me.
Okay. 1. I had a good idea, but I blew it. It would have been so much funnier earlier. Dude, if you go on Plymouth Plantation, the name of the character would be Zach the Quaker.
Zach the Quaker.
That was 1 point. I think it'd be pretty funny. Zach
I'll just
the Quaker.
type in Quaker. I'm gonna add that to that note that I made earlier.
Yeah. I'm saying you put on like a George Washington wig or something.
You gave me two skit ideas today, so thanks for that. I'm gonna act on those.
No problem, man. ADHD boys are in the building. Also, Frank, think of anything for LinkedIn? Was there anything in here? I gotta ask you a business question. What should I do?
He's making me want to get. I need to.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm heavy on.
I'm on LinkedIn, but I'm not heavy.
The bit where he talked about he's trying to hold back the sponsorship and ads.
Okay, yeah. How's this? I got one for you. Ready? Business mode. So Zach, you've amassed a very large following yourself via memes, via comedic skits and sketches. It's a very creative process. Do you think opening up your brand to outside sponsorship would dilute some of your creative control?
Yes. I think that
you don't have to answer a professional.
No, I
bro.
think I'm gonna be super careful with who I partner with, everything. If McDonald's hit me up and was like, "Here's $1 million, you just have to eat a Big Mac on TV and say that McDonald's is awesome," I would probably refuse that.
Oh.
Yeah.
It tastes good though.
No, or I would take it, right? But then immediately after that, I would just shit on McDonald's.
Okay.
So
hey, McDonald's.
Hopefully McDonald's never sees this, because come at your boy, hit me with that Big Mac promo, and then I'll shit on you.
McDonald's, I would never do that to you. I love McFlurries, and I love the menu.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You don't like McFlurries?
No, don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that to your people.
Oh, is it bad?
Everything's bad from there.
Dude, McFlurries are... It's soft serve
nothing,
ice cream with M&Ms,
There's
bro.
nothing that comes from there that is going to help your body feel good.
Okay. Was that enough for LinkedIn? All right, we'll take it. We'll use it. Okay, so you know how to start and end this, but this is your second time up here, man. So this is your platinum hour.
Oh, okay. When do I get emerald?
Diamond is next.
Oh, diamond. Okay.
Diamond will be the third one.
It's 11, dude.
We timed it perfect. Okay, so you say this is... Hi, I'm the stupid American, a.k.a. Zach. Is it Cratch?
Cratch, yes.
Cratch.
Good pronunciation.
Not like...
It's hard to pronounce.
Cratch, like hatch.
Like hatch.
Like an Easter egg.
Just like a hatched an egg.
Oh, hatch. Like...
Yeah, just like I hatched an egg. Cratch.
Or it also rhymes with batch of cookies.
Yeah, like a good batch of cookies.
Or
I like baking those.
Batch, you know what batch rhymes with?
Bachelor?
I don't think batch and bachelor rhyme.
No, they don't.
I was going to say batch also rhymes with latch, like the Sam Smith song. Like, I'm latching onto you. You know? No.
I'm not familiar.
But know what latch also rhymes with? Come on, Frank.
He's on a tangent here.
I was going to say, it kind of rhymes with whack.
Whack?
Like, dude, if I don't get this tuna today for my vessel, I'm going to whack you in the head.
Yeah, I'm glad you're a podcaster, not a rapper.
Yeah, okay. We'll keep it going. Here we go. So, hi, my name, your name. This is my platinum hour. Directly after No Break, hi, your name. That was my platinum hour.
Okay, so
3, 2, 1, set hike. Actually, wait, let's do... Is this camera on?
I might need a visual board to quote this right.
Let's do... That will be next. Once me and Frank get the budget up, that will be next.
Yeah.
We'll get Frank all the equipment he needs. Here we go.
All right. What's up? My name's Zach. I'm the stupid American. This is my platinum hour. Should I do
that was perfect.
Let me do that
that was perfect. But then you got to go to this camera and finish it. And Zach's far from stupid.
And I'm far from stupid. All right, let's do that again.
You want to start on this one?
Yeah, we'll try it. We'll start on this. Make sure it's on.
How do we look? Hot? Where do you want me to stand? Like right here?
We good? What's up, guys? This is the Stupid American. My name's Zach Cratch, but, you know, I go by whatever, but I'm not actually that stupid.
Oh, you got to say, this is my platinum hour, and then that
I forgot
was my
that.
platinum
Yeah,
hour.
this is my platinum hour. That was my platinum hour. Oh, because you want both those.
The
for
start and the
edits.
end.
I got you.
And a little editing.
Okay, cool. All right. What's up, guys? This is Zach Cratch. I'm the Stupid American, and this is my platinum hour.
Now this camera.
And that was my platinum hour.
No, I'm the Stupid American, and that was my platinum hour,
Okay,
bro.
can we just go from there then?
Do you think?
All right. I'm the Stupid American, and that was my platinum hour. And I'm not so stupid.
You're not. You're a good guy. Hey, Frank, ready whenever you are to click it. 3, 2...